We are excited to be partnering with SDG Local Action because we believe that the real stories, the true contribution being made by local governments towards achieving Agenda 2030 is never told enough. So we are happy that UNDP has taken on this process where our members, the local governments, the cities, come out to share with the world the contribution that they make towards achieving the SDGs. So much communication has been left at national level, and we feel that the message needs to get down to the partners to understand that local governments are the first doorstep for the implementation of the SDGs. Even before we began talking about the Agenda 2030, even before we began talking about Millennium Development Goals, we were defining it as basic services needed by our people, by our citizenry: the health, the education, enough water, safety, driving people out of poverty. These are the everyday things that local governments deal with, and therefore we need to see those resources getting down to the local governments. It is not enough that we should come up with an agenda that limits local governments to giving their reports voluntarily. We need to see projects, we need to see financing go down to the local governments. We need to see stronger coordination and collaboration, that the work that is being done with the national governments transcends beyond the national level, that it really gets down. The discussion should be at the lowest level. The discussion should be with the local leaders. The discussion should be with the communities, because these are the beneficiaries of the SDGs. They know what they need, they know what they want. We are only facilitators in the process. We are only planners that champion and lead them strategically through this process. But we need to make sure that that last person, that last mile is really arrived at, is really touched when it comes to attaining the Sustainable Development Goals. This is the challenge, that much of it remains hanging at national level. We have local government associations to mobilize the voice, to provide convening platforms for these local leaders much more easily. Work with them. We have the institutions themselves. Work with them. So this is the message as IALGA we would want to give out to the world, to partners, that these things are happening. Local governments are doing the best, struggling, yes, but they are handling health issues. They are handling local economic development issues. They are contributing to the peace story. They are working towards bettering themselves to be able to elevate and amplify their role on issues like fighting extremism. So we just need the right partners, and I hope SDG Local Action, through your stories, you will get the attention of the United Nations family, of the Commonwealth Local Government family, of the European Union family, of the African Union, of the East African community, to get down to work much more strongly and to see the local governments that they are relevant in their true sense, and that they are on the decision-making table to plan together for achieving the sustainable development goals. So with that message said, we are happy to be here in Kigali, and proudly so as IALGA, because this is East Africa, to be discussing and meeting the Commonwealth Local Government family to discuss matters of building resilience. COVID-19 was a big test globally. And what came out of COVID-19, without a doubt, it has been said since then, but we want to reemphasize that local governments are resilient. When everybody was running back home to close themselves behind the doors, the local government leaders were out there. They were supporting the people. They were facilitating the process of dealing with the people struggling with health issues, getting people into hospitals, getting the services, the oxygen, getting the PPEs needed by the health people. The local governments were at the front line. That is resilience. So Commonwealth today, in this conference, we are saying, can we support them to become more resilient in all aspects, be it general service delivery, taking it down to climate issues, disaster risk reduction, local economic development, leadership for resilience. This is what we want to see when we leave Kigali going forward, that we have partners working with us on this process to leverage on the resilience built post-COVID-19 to take it further into 2030 and beyond as we become more sustainable cities.